So Matt Fraction might actually be cooking with Batman. Because Batman issue 10 just isn't another Batman punches criminals issue. This comic feels like Gotham is in the middle of a psychological war zone. The city is collapsing into propaganda, corruption, gang warfare, corporate greed, and media manipulation. While Batman himself is trying to hold the entire thing together with duct tape and pure obsession. The cover by Jorge Jiménez is absolutely insane here too. Every page feels cinematic. Gotham looks massive, hostile, alive, almost cyberpunk at some points. And the entire issue moves like a war film mixed with a detective thriller. So let's talk about Batman issue 10, Money and Blood. Before we even get into the main story, you need to understand where Gotham is at right now. Vandal Savage is basically running the city. Not secretly, not from the shadows, openly. He's commissioner now. The GCPD is practically militarized, and he has turned Batman into Gotham's public enemy number one. Every news station is pushing the narrative that Batman is a terrorist, and Savage keeps going on television acting like he's the savior of Gotham. And the scary part? It's actually working. The city is tired, Gotham's exhausted after years of chaos, corruption, supervillains, and destruction. So people are starting to accept authoritarian control if it means safety. That's the environment Batman's operating in here. At the same time, we get this insane subplot involving Hugo Strange, and this part feels straight up horrifying. Strange is basically caught up in the middle of a gang and corporate conflict involving Tsuki Petrochemicals and these monster-like enforcers. The comic turns into almost body horror for a few pages. People are massacred, armed squads are storming buildings, Strange is bleeding out while chaos erupts around him. And the entire sequence is drawn like a nightmare. It is presumed that Hugo Strange is dead, though it's sort of left up in the air. It genuinely feels less like a superhero comic and more like Gotham descending into urban warfare. And that's what makes this issue kind of stand out. Everything feels unstable. Nobody is safe. The title, Money and Blood, basically tells you the entire theme of the issue. Batman realizes Gotham isn't just controlled through violence, it's controlled through economics. There's this really interesting scene where Bruce starts analyzing Gotham like a businessman instead of just a vigilante. Alfred, or at least Bruce's imagined version of Alfred, points out that blood attracts attention, but money looks civilized, legal, respectable. And Bruce realizes Gotham's criminals work exactly like a corporation. Every gang, every war, every villain, they're all connected financially. So instead of just chasing thugs through alleyways, Batman starts treating Gotham like a hostile market being manipulated behind the scenes. And honestly, this is one of the smartest Batman concepts I've seen in a while because it modernizes him without making him feel out of character. He's still Batman, but he's using forensic accounting, data analysis, surveillance tech, and corporate warfare alongside traditional detective work. Meanwhile, Vandal Savage keeps escalating the public attack against Batman. There are scenes where criminals are literally screaming, "Batman is dead," while Savage goes on television claiming he's ended Batman's reign. Savage wants Gotham to think Batman is finished, but Batman does something genius. Instead of hiding, he weaponizes hope. This is probably my favorite moment in the entire issue. Barbara Gordon sends a message to the Bat family telling them not to rescue her because everything is going according to plan. Then suddenly, thousands of golden lights start appearing over Gotham, and we find out Batman created a new bat signal made from over 3,000 autonomous drones, not just one spotlight, an entire sky full of them. And visually, this scene is unbelievable. The drones from this gigantic glowing bat symbol across Gotham's skyline while citizens look out their window in shock. It's a pretty amazing scene. Stephanie sees it, Damian sees it, Duke sees it, even ordinary civilians stop and stare. And for the first time in the issue, Gotham actually feels hopeful again. That's the core message of the comic. Batman isn't winning through fear, he's winning through symbolism. Savage controls the police, the media, the government, But Batman controls belief, and Gotham still believes in Batman. We also get this really clean Catwoman appearance that honestly says a lot with very little dialogue. Batman meets her on a rooftop after everything happening across the city, and the comic slows down for a second. No giant fight, no huge emotional speech, just silence. Batman and Catwoman looking at each other while Gotham burns underneath them. And it works, because the issue spends so much time showing chaos that these quieter moments hit harder. What I think Matt Fraction really understands here is that Gotham itself is the main character, not just Batman. The city feels alive. Every district has violence happening simultaneously. Every TV screen is spreading propaganda. Every corporation feels corrupt. Every alley feels dangerous. And Batman feels less like a superhero and more like a resistance movement. That's why the drone bat signal scene hits so hard. It's not just a cool visual. It's Batman reminding Gotham, I'm still here. And honestly, that might be the most Batman thing possible. Overall, I really liked Batman issue 10. The pacing is fast, the art is incredible, the atmosphere is oppressive as hell, and the themes about media, money, fear, and power feel surprisingly modern. Jorge Jiménez absolutely carries some scenes visually too. There are panels in this issue that genuinely look like movie storyboards. And while the story can feel dense at times, I think the issue does a great job making Batman feel intelligent again, instead of just making him an unbeatable fighter. This Batman wins through strategy, through symbolism, through psychology. Not just fist. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Batman issue 10. And honestly, if Matt Fraction keeps this momentum going, this run could end up becoming something special. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, and let me know what you thought about the issue down below, because Gotham is getting crazier by the second.